Okay, so hi all, I'm Joe Wilson, Head of Digital Skills at City of Glasgow College, and co-presenting with me is Graeme Brewster, who's the Learning Support and Inclusion Manager at City of Glasgow College. Very briefly, just if I've sent you the link to this, if you want a virtual tour of City of Glasgow College, don't do it now, but if you click on the graphic in the link that I sent you, it gives you a VR tour of City of Glasgow College. 30,000 learners, very different from many other further education colleges in that 70% of what we do is advanced HNC and HND and degree level study. Everything we do, it was good to hear Peter chatting about learning design. I work for the Learning and Teaching Academy, and underpinning everything we do is sound pedagogy and learning design, and you can find more about that through some of the links that are available on this page. What we've done very consciously is supply support for both staff and learners. The Learning and Teaching Academy mainly deals directly with staff, but indirectly with learners. So we've done an awful lot of work of giving both staff a range of tools that they can use in a further education setting. So I said earlier on when I was talking, further education isn't as well resourced or provisioned as higher education, even though we deliver 70% of higher education. So what we do is a mixture of core tools and additional tools, some of which the institution has bought, and some, in a very Scottish way, we do a GDPR and an accessibility check, and if we think we're okay, we say on you go, and the free version will do you. So we do a bit of that too. The library services, again, you can dig in and have a look. We've done a lot of extensive work around mapping open digital collections into our library catalogue, and with all the other challenges then of getting academic adoption, it's easy to identify super resources. It's still a challenge to get the academics to adopt some of these excellent global open resources. And all done in the spirit of, some of you will know me from Open Scotland and Open Scot. So the future, folks, is open collaborative sharing with Creative Commons licenses. What I thought I'm giving you now is really a snapshot of the staff development that we've done, and you can see the kind of engagement we've had. This was lecturers. That webinar participant number is now up around 6,500 since the last time I took a snapshot of the data. You can see the kind of things that lecturers were volunteering their time to come along and do webinar and training sessions on. And you can see Zoom away up at the top of the list. Loom, they were using that to create short instructional videos. I'll not go through that list, but all of that data is there. And you can see too the kind of engagement that we got across the college, and that's still holding up. Things have really transformed. In the background, as Peter alluded to, we too use the JISC Digital Insights survey, and when we did it, we've done it every year for the last 4 years. And what we discovered was originally that staff were using some of the right things, but they were using some of the wrong things too, and that students were using a whole lot of platforms that probably actually in some cases maybe put them at risk a wee bit. That WhatsApp, of course, we all share our phone numbers on WhatsApp. Facebook, that comes with its own set of challenges. And really what we were beginning to look at, and all the evidence from our JISC Insights study was saying really that we had to move. We had a self-hosted Moodle as our main platform, which we still do at the moment, but we really needed to look towards a different kind of platform. And we did this with the students. We got our students engaged with us. We ran lots of focus and evaluation groups involving the student council and the class representatives, and a very big cross section of the students in the college. And we redefined what we wanted to have in terms of collaboration, communication, standardization, and all the kind of experiences that learners have. And having done that, we then actually went out to tender, and we got the students again to be closely involved in the tendering process. And we've now, this year, we're now just about to roll out Canvas. So we're rolling it out just now, getting great engagement, and it will be fully operational for everybody in August 22. And again, I want to do just a wee quick bit about the background, the context that we work within. We've got some really useful drivers just arriving. So all staff in any college in Scotland will need to now become members of the General Teaching Council for Scotland. And they'll also, through their CPD portfolio, need to be able to demonstrate how they embed a range of technologies and so forth. So we've got a really good driver to really embed a lot of the changes in practice that have happened to this point. So through GTCS membership, also through, there are now new standards, national standards in digital capability for college lecturers. And it's way ahead, I think, of what's happening in the school space, and I'll be bold enough to say, or in the university space, because this means people in colleges, A, have to have a teaching qualification, and B, have to be working towards a national digital standard and digital capability. And that really will help, again, empower us and empower our engagement. Those of you with an eye on the ball will know too that the Funding Council this year in Scotland is making noises about to realign investment in educator development in digital. So I'm still anticipating that as we make these big changes at college level, there might be further support coming at national level. Also, we chose Canvas because Canvas comes with Badger, a nice micro-credentialing platform as well, built inside it, and free. It comes with the platform. Canvas isn't free, but Badger is there. And finally, one of the other big drivers for us moving space, if you like, is really all around the accessibility guidelines. We needed to have a system that was where it was easier to manage compliance. And the nice thing about Canvas is really that it comes with immersive reader and a whole lot of other tools that will help us keep it all compliant. These are some just of the headlines of all of the things that we've been doing. In terms of closing the digital gap, we've issued 2,000 laptops and MiFi dongles. We've got some real hybrid stuff going on. We've got an Intel VLL. Some of you might not know what that is. We don't do lecture capture.
Sorry, Joe, 30 seconds.
Okay, we don't do lecture capture, but we do other things around hybrid. And now over to my colleague Graeme.
Will I have time to continue?
Yes, on you go, Graeme. Keep going.
Hi, I lead the team.
Graeme.
I'll be very quick. I lead the team that provides learning support for our students that have got additional support needs. We conducted a survey in April 21. This survey comprised 11 questions, combination of live care and open questions. Next slide. The survey examined our students' experience of online learning and teaching during the COVID lockdown, if you like, during last academic session, focused on a range of themes from use of assistive technology, how interactive classes were, positive and negative aspects of online learning, and further improvements. Next slide, please. 14.9% of our students completed the survey across all of our 4 faculties. The top 3 groups were those with a specific learning difficulty, mental health issue, or those who were autistic. Next slide. Positive and negative aspects, just a couple of positives. 22% found working from home to be the most positive. However, 10% found that the additional support received by learning support was most positive. However, there were some negatives. Almost 20% reported issues with teaching is the most negative aspect. Responses range from classes being not interesting enough or repetitive, to be left to get on with work and not having any support, or additional support needs not being met. Next slide, please. how online learning could be improved. About 30% of respondents gave suggested improvements which focus upon learning and teaching. So some of the examples were around about changing the duration of classes so that students avoid Zoom fatigue, more innovative classes which incorporated discussions with the lecturer rather than relying upon PowerPoints, YouTube clips and breakout rooms away from the lecturer. And what's quite interesting, more one-to-one support during classes or a monthly catch-up support meeting. Next slide. And what are the results going to be used for? The results have been used to inform a short life working group on hybrid learning and teaching, to increase the accessibility of remotely delivered learning and teaching, and finally to improve the delivery of learning support for our students. And that's it.
Well done, Graeme. And sorry, folks, we did actually practice.